This is Russ. Yeah, back out on the road again. But really, I've never left the road. I'm just at Lake Arlington, finishing up from my other video. So yeah, I'm at Lake Arlington. We're gonna dodge the geese here again. Yeah, the geese really don't care less if you're here. They're not afraid of you. They don't move out of your way. They'll attack you. And look at that, see? They just take their little old time, do their little old thing, poop all over the place. Yeah, they like to hang out here because there's water here, right? There's water, there's grass for them to eat. So, yeah, they're out here in force here. Yeah, ring the bell. That's all I can do is ring the bell. What else can I do? So yeah, I typically don't come out to Lake Arlington because there's usually a lot of people walking or running. As you can see, not that many bike riders really take this that I've noticed because of that. But it's a very short path, really. You can't go too fast. So to me, it's not as much fun. I mean, it's nice to see the lake, but I don't get that much out of it. Now I know that if I cut across here, I believe, either here or maybe the next one, I could end up at the Prospect Heights Trail, but I think that's a little too much for me today. I'm already starting to get a little cold. Yeah, walkers need to be on the left-hand side of this yellow line, whereas bike riders are here on this part of the lane. But you know, it's not. It doesn't feel right to them if they're walking in the same direction I'm going and they're on the left-hand side. It just doesn't feel right. So that's why I think it's a little confusing for people when they're on this Arlington Heights path. Yeah, I feel like I'm dodging goose poop. You know, these bikes have to go inside my house, you know. So I don't want to ride over something that I can avoid. I have to be careful going between the goose poop. Yeah, people have asked, you know, where you're storing all these things. Yeah, they're in my house. Literally. I have some in the garage, and I have the rest of them in the house. So, should we move one of the bikes and stuff out? Yeah, I think it's time to move one of them out. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let go of one of the bikes. I need space. So, which one would you think it would be? Think about it. Yep, it's going to have to be the me bike. The me bike is going to have to go. And the only reason is because I can't really ride that bike well. It's a fixed saddle height. You really do need to be a certain height if you want to pedal the bike. So I think it's best suited for someone that's 5'2" to 5'4", 5'5" something like that. My wife is 5'4", she can pedal it. But she told me that she'd rather ride like the Ocelot or some of the other bikes. So neither one of us are going to be riding that bike. I feel like it's just going to sit there and it's taking up space at this point. I'd rather have somebody else have it. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want that me bike, okay, watch my review and you can see the pros and cons of the bike. Watch the me bike review. If you are 5'2" to 5'4" range, that might be a good bike for you. Front suspension, rear suspension. It's got a lot of stuff. Now, it's got some fallbacks, like I mentioned, about the seat height. It also has a front brake that squeals. Okay, I have not fixed it. I don't think I want to fix it. I'll leave it up to the person who buys it to fix it and deal with it. It may just need a new brake pad. Maybe something as simple as that. Or a replacement of a rotor. I don't know, one of the two. Those are easy things to do, by the way. But I'm not going to put anything into it. I'm just going to sell it and let that person deal with it. But I will tell you this, I will give you an extremely good price on that bike. Lower than you would ever think you can get a bike like that for. And it probably has less than 50 miles on it, something like that. So essentially it's a brand new bike. You will not get warranty, of course. Me bike will not warranty something like that. But at that price, yeah, kind of hard to beat. So if you're interested, contact me at contactrussisright@gmail.com. All right, do not send it to russisright@gmail.com. That is somebody else's email address. It has to have the word in there. It says contactrussisright@gmail.com. All right. And if you do that, send me your inquiry. I will respond back to you with the price. Now, I am not shipping this bike. You will have to come pick it up. So it's probably best for someone who's local here in the Chicago area. You would be coming to the northwest suburbs of Chicago. All right. We'll work out the details. More than likely, I'll meet you in front of the police station in the area. We've done a lot of that kind of stuff before in the past where any internet sale of things, we do it in front of the police department. Yeah. Safest place for everybody. So, yeah, the me bike. If you're interested in that bike, you live locally or you know somebody who would be interested in an e-bike that has a lot of features on that bike, okay, and is within a certain height range that they could actually pedal that bike. I mean, if you're not interested in pedaling, if you just want to throttle the bike, then anyone could ride it, really. But I find I'm 5'10". I could not do a really good full rotation on it because the seat is a little low for someone my height. So yeah, if you're interested in it, contact me. Here's another one I'm going to have to let go. The mobility scooter. Remember that? The Metro mobility scooter. I don't need a second scooter, quite frankly. I already have one that I had been using before my knee replacement. And so that thing's just physically taking up space. It's just sitting in our living room. So if you know someone who has a mobility issue in the Chicago area that would be interested in a scooter, in a mobility scooter, watch the review on that. I'll put these links in the descriptions for you so you can reference it faster. The me bike stuff and then this one. If you know someone that needs one, I will give them an extremely good price on that scooter. That scooter retails for, was it $949? I'll give them a better price than that, a way better price than that. And if that thing has a mile or two of use on it, I would be surprised, okay? So essentially, again, relatively brand new. You will not get warranty because, again, these warranties aren't transferable, but at the price that they're going to be getting this scooter for, it's well worth it. It's a mobility scooter that's travel ability. You can take the seat down and then just put the scooter right into a SUV, in the back of a SUV. Heaviest part of it is about, I believe, 60 pounds. I don't know where I'm going. Let's just stay here. Let's just go forward and we'll figure it out. So yeah, those two items I think I would like to move just to get a little space in the house as we get closer to towards the winter time. We're in the fall now, so if you're interested, again, email me at contactrussisright@gmail.com or have whoever you know is interested in that to contact me. And again, we'll do the same thing. We'll transfer it in front of the police department. How's that? That'll be safe. And both of these products, if you do decide to get it, it would be a cash sale only. Okay, but I will give you a really good price on them if you're interested in those two items. All right. Kind of hate to see certain products go away, but yeah, we're in need of space at this point, and I'd rather have somebody enjoy that bike and use that scooter than for it just to sit in my house doing nothing. Over the winter, obviously, in the Chicago area, nobody's going to be riding anything unless you really want to. But good time to pick it up now. Be good, ready for next season. And if you're brave enough, you can even go out like I do. Last year I rode up until December. Yeah, I did. All right, we're heading back the same way that we did last time. That was the last video we did when I went to Lake Arlington. I was like, okay, do I turn here? Do I go to the stoplight? We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go to the stoplight and do the exact same thing we did last time. I think that's really our best bet. And no, we're not taking Rand Road. We talked about that last time. We're not doing that. We gotta wait for people to go through. I don't know if this is going through or not. Okay, it's stopped here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit the button here. Wait our turn, cross through the intersection, head to the left if there's nobody in front of us there. And we'll take some other streets to get home. I hear either a fire thing or yep, it's a fire truck coming through. So I'm going to lower the volume level as this thing comes by us on the video. Yeah, those things are loud. Those things are really loud. All right, everyone's backed up here because they've all stopped for the fire engine. All right, let's go this way. Now, I did the head nod to the police officer. He gave me the acknowledgement. And then I will cross here. Now, technically, I guess I could cross here, but this could be considered part of the street. I'm not really sure, but I will wait my turn. I do want to take the street area there. I don't know whether I should since the police officer is there. Let's go here. I'm gonna make sure that guy doesn't go. I'm going to stay here on the sidewalk. He knows I'm here. The thing is, if you give a head nod or you give a wave to a police officer and you do something that you probably shouldn't be doing, I think they just make the exception for you. I think they do. See, look at all the hassle. If you go up on something like this, now I got to wait for all this. Pushed across. What a headache. Now, if I was actually on the street, I wouldn't have to do that. There's another police officer here. Now, he's not the same one, so I don't want to do anything that would make him upset. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross this intersection right here on the street level, so it shows that I can cross. So here I am. I'm going to stop here. Hit the button again. Let them know I'm going to cross. Yeah, the police officer actually waved to me first. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, If you're friendly, if you wave, I mean, don't wave to you. He waved to me first. Thing is, you want to be safe, and they want you to be safe too. They do. I've always grown up that police officers are your friend. I know there's some cops that are maybe not so, but what is up with that? Is the cop going to do anything with that? He's looking at that person. He's looking at her, but he didn't do anything. He just let her go. You know, to get past some of this stuff, you just have to really watch traffic. All right, I'm just gonna stay up here on the sidewalk. It's just a little too many cars right now. What time is it? 2:24. 2:24 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. Yeah, that's too many cars. And this guy's in my way. All right. He's forcing me onto the street. So we're staying on the street. I got no choice at this point. Yeah, see, when the car's in your way, what are you gonna do? All right, so we're throttling up. We're passing Palatine Road. Yeah, that's another road that you don't want to be on. Well, there's an inner road and an outer road. It's kind of a divided highway type of thing. You don't want to be on the outer one. You want to be on the inner one. The outer one goes way too fast. All right, we're going to turn here like we did last time. Now we're safe. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an ordeal getting around town. But I would say that the two Arlington Heights police officers were very friendly. Oh, man. Yeah, so anyways, anyway, I cannot seem to get rid of that S out of that anyway. I have one more review thing to do. For another company. It is not a bike company. It is a bike-related product. I will do that next week. And then, hopefully, if the weather stays in our favor meaning at least 60 degrees or more, I can start doing these range tests. Kind of find out where do we stand with the bikes. And I mentioned before that I'm going to do it a little differently. Yeah, I know keeping it consistent would be good, but I'm getting kind of tired going around in circles on that 3-mile path. And some of the bikes I have a feeling may not be as welcome there. I don't think this bike, the Area 13 Blackbird, would be as welcome there. If your bike looks a bit menacing, I don't think they like you being on that trail, or any trail for that matter. My wife told me, she says, of all the bikes that you have, she says, she doesn't like the looks of this bike the most. She says it looks kind of menacing. See, even she feels it looks menacing. Yeah, I kind of agree with her, but that's what we like about it. If you're a guy, you kind of look at it and go, yeah, now that's a bike. That's a bike that gives you a little bit more, I don't know what you want to call it. You know what I mean. No, it's a big black bike. What do you expect it's going to be? It's got big back black bike. It's got a fender in the front that sticks way up due to the suspension being a little different. Yeah. A lot of the new bikes nowadays have integrated batteries that are integrated into the down tubes, so you don't see the battery. This one you see the battery. Yeah, it's right in the triangle. I like both ways, but I like the ability to actually modify this if I had to. Like, I'll give you an example. If this battery were to die on me, okay, that's on this bike, and let's say Area 13 does not survive. Let's hope not. Let's hope they stay around a long time. Let's say they don't survive. So now I can't get their battery anymore. That's not a problem. I can put a triangle battery on there. The connector going to the controller is an XT60 is just sitting on the outside there. In fact, I'm going to put a secondary battery in the back of this bike. I'm going to put that triangle battery on the rack. So I'm going to build a couple adapter cables. I'm going to hook up that secondary battery when one runs out, meaning it's exhausted itself. I'll just disconnect it and hook up the other battery. That's how I did it with the Rad Rover 5. I'm going to do the same thing to this bike. So I can use that battery on the rear rack and go further distance. That'll give me 20 amp hours of range. And I think this battery, what is this battery? 16 amp hours, I think. So that would give me 36 amp hours at 52 volts. So that's why I kind of like bikes like this. I could change things out if I needed to. It's very easy to do. Other bikes have integrated parts, like the Ocelot Pro, the Jaguar Rundy. These are Magicycle products. Who else's bike? The Vanpowers. The Engwe. All of these type of products, they're all integrated, and so you'd have to do a little bit of surgery if those companies were to go out of business and you needed a battery and you couldn't find one that's still around, and you had to put a different type of battery in there. You'd have to do a little surgery to get it to work. So these types of bikes that might look a little more utilitarian, there's a benefit to it. All right, I'm going to speed up a little here. I want to see if I make it past this light. We're doing about 20 miles per hour. We're not going crazy. So yeah, I tend to like them because I can do changes to it if I had to. Not that I will on every bike, but this one is so easy to do, it'd be kind of ridiculous not to do it. Now, could I replace his battery with both triangle batteries? And the answer would be yes. It's got an opening large enough I could strap that battery on there and take his out, but why should I? He's got a nice battery on there. I got to find out the range of it. But I think between the two, you probably won't have enough range to do the Botanic Gardens trip. That takes at least 60 miles. And like I said, I'd like to have like a 10% extra for just in case you do outside things that you don't normally do. You're riding around somewhere else and you had to go somewhere. So I want 66 miles is what I'm saying out of it. And I don't think the stock battery plus another 20 would be enough. 220s probably would be enough because that's what I do with the Rad Rover 5. Plus, being that this bike here, has a lot more torque, and it has a bigger motor and everything than the Rad Rover. probably eat up more battery as well. So yeah, I won't be taking it for that kind of ride. It'll be a little too far, I think, for it. But I don't do that ride that often. That's why I'm keeping the Rad Rover 5. I know that I can do it on that bike. I know that's my long distance bike, so to speak. And not as powerful, but it gives me the range. So yeah, it's used for certain things. This is why when people ask, I talked on the last video, when they ask, what's your favorite bike? I don't have a favorite bike. It depends on what I want to do. If you said, is the Rad Rover 5 your favorite bike? Yeah, it is. For that purpose. For the distance purpose, yeah. Does it perform as well as the other bikes? No. Did it perform well when you had it? Yes, because I didn't know any better back then. You see what I'm saying? How could you answer the question of, is this your favorite? When you have tried different bikes, pros and cons of bikes. Then I didn't know that much back then. I do now. When the 2,500 mile video came out for that Rad Rover 5, I answered the question, would I upgrade to a different brand? Would I buy a Hemingway? Would I buy I don't know what brands I mentioned back then. I said, would you buy something else? And the answer I said was no. I was satisfied with the Rad Rover 5. I think if I had the other bikes to try, maybe the answer would be different. But at the time, I didn't. And my knowledge was based on that bike. And I said, it's doing what I wanted to do. Only until you try some different things do you realize, maybe other products actually have something that's a little bit better. Well, let me answer another thing too. People have been asking me, you want to try one of the aerial rider Keplers? Put that up against your other bikes. Here's the thing, all right. I know that thing has a lot of wattage, a lot of power. Probably goes really fast, right? I'm not that interested in that, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm not. I think the maximum power ranges I have now is really all I'm interested in. First off, a bike like the Kepler could get me in trouble. Because I tend to ride fast. That would just mean I'm going to ride faster. And that might not be good. Those who might know the bike, and if they see me on the trails with it, might not like me on the trail with them. You see what I'm saying? Like if I took a Super 73 on the trail, I've seen that, by the way, in Bussy Woods. Or if I took the Suron and I rode it on Bussy Woods, what do you think people would say? You see what I'm saying? What do you think people's reaction would be if they saw that bike on the trail? I don't think it would be too favorable. So bikes like that would limit where you can go. Now you could always say, well, that also opens you to a lot of things. Let's take the trail here. It opens you to other areas that you might want to be able to go, off-road and all that. Okay, I see that. But I also understand too that police officers are now starting to recognize that if they saw something like a Suron, to keep an eye on that guy, because you don't know what that guy's going to end up doing. And we've seen videos out there where people have said, they've been stopped by police officers because they were riding their Suron bikes. Well, yeah. Yeah, you'll be stopped. Kind of grabs the attention, you know what I'm saying? So it's like this bike, like I said, kind of grabs some attention. My wife says it's kind of menacing looking. Yeah. Imagine what that one would look like. Yeah, so that's why at my age, at my interest of how I like to ride, I don't think bikes like that really are that interesting to me. All right, so let's push it one step further. If Suron said to me, hey, we want you to review a Suron bike, do a review on it, would I get one? Would I take one? How much is a Suron? What are those things, like $4,000 or $5,000? Would I take it? See the dilemma? The interest of trying a bike like that, getting one for free to do a video, would you do it? What do you think? I think my answer would be no, I wouldn't do it. which might surprise a lot of people because it's like, you're giving up a $5,000 bike? What are you, crazy? I couldn't do it justice, quite frankly. I don't think my viewing audience would ride one of that. Well, okay, a couple of you guys might. But the vast majority of you guys probably would not. And I wouldn't ride it to give it justice either. I wouldn't be riding it down at 40 miles an hour or whatever those things go at. I think they go more than that even. I wouldn't be doing it. I couldn't show it off. Look, give you an example. The Varla scooter, right? That thing does 40 miles an hour. Did you see me doing 40 miles an hour? No. What did I do? 24, 25 at the most, something like that? Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable going further than that. So did I give it everything it had? No, I couldn't do it. So would I do it with that kind of bike? No, I wouldn't. I would never do it. So it wouldn't be helpful for the company, wouldn't be helpful. Well, the only one that would benefit would be me, quite frankly, if I took it. But that would be taking something under false pretenses that you're going to do a good job for them in presenting it, and I don't think I can present properly. I'm not the right guy for a product like that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe someone younger who, a little more daredevil kind of guy. That's the guy that you want to do a product like that. See? So yeah, certain products, yeah, I'm not the right guy to do it. You have to know your limitations. You got to know if you can do a good job of presenting something for somebody, you know, in exchange for them providing you a bike to ride. And this is why I don't just, you know, get the bike and then sell them off the minute I'm done with the review. I don't do that. I want to ride them. I want to know how good they are. I want to play with them for a while. But again, the Me bike is one I can't. That's why I think it's time to move it on to somebody who could use it. Hey, it would make a great Christmas gift to somebody. All right, if you're local, you might not need it, but maybe you know somebody who could benefit. You know, somebody who's a little shorter. And if you're handy and you want to change a brake pad, maybe a rotor. Yeah, the front brake does squeal. Not that it doesn't stop or anything, it just squeals, right? So, yeah, you want to fix that the minute you get it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not putting any more money into it or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it. So, be aware of that. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, I appreciate you guys keeping me company as I'm riding today. Like I said, this was the first day out since getting my booster shot. So I just wanted to take it easy. It's still a little chilly to me, but I waited till the afternoon because it's warmer in the afternoon. I was doing these videos usually in the morning, but not when it's cold. I wait till the afternoon then. Anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It does help me out. If you're interested in any of the bikes that I've reviewed, use the affiliate link, please, in the description of the videos. That helps my channel out. And then if there's coupon codes there, use the coupon codes to help you out. I'll talk to you guys next time.